How you doing, brother?
Oh, good. Did you stick the link to the StreamYard
I
live?
couldn't. I didn't.
Okay.
We're live now, so
where
go
we
there.
are? Yeah. Where the fuck are we live? Okay.
I don't know if I can. I'm gonna try and do this. Nope, I
Hang on.
can't.
Let me see if I can find.
That's interesting.
Now I need to go to your channel, and yes, I can go to the live thing, and then I grab that quickly. And I need to mute the speaker in a sec.
Yeah. Need a producer, man. There we go. Hey, hi, Jack. That was really fun. Fun to
Okay.
fun to
So,
record.
yeah. Oh, man.
Thanks, Cameron. Thanks for being here, man. Yeah. Jack, we haven't had a fucking Facebook meeting in a while, man.
Mm,
We
geez.
should
Yeah.
probably do that.
MT to the squid. Okay.
Jack, you're very right about that.
Mm-hmm.
That song came about, and I don't
About a
know.
year and a bit ago, yeah, a friend of mine like left us, and yeah, it was. I kind of get a little screwed up with that kind of departure from this earth. It's like there's a lot of sadness, but there's a lot of anger, and there's a lot of like just unresolved questions. So,
Uh, well, I remember when you sent me those lyrics. It was really it had things had just happened, and you and I had talked,
mm,
and had visits about that, and it seemed I read the lyrics, uh, and you kind of knew it wasn't like the right time to like dive into that thing. Uh,
mm,
it, it
mm-hmm.
it's to me I just it didn't seem right, and so what was it, a week ago, maybe a week and a half
Yeah,
ago.
yeah, about that.
I sat,
Yeah,
I sat down and recorded. I was playing some guitar. I'm like, fuck, I need to write something. And I started playing that guitar part, and I started looking through the lyrics that I had in my folders, and I opened that one up, and they fit. I was able to put the lyrics to the rhythm that I had written in my chord progression, and it was way slower. We just sped that
mm.
song up.
Yeah. We had to speed it up because that was just
Yeah,
like depressing.
Yeah.
It was,
No pun intended, man.
yeah, it
Uh,
was way,
Thanks,
way, way
Kingers.
too slow.
Yeah. Uh, and that was a good move, and it's still a pretty slow tempoed song, but that was a nice progression to have that song go up to that. Uh, I think originally it was like 12 BPM slower, or
Mm,
no, yeah, it was 12 BPM slower.
yeah, maybe even slower than that, but yep,
It might have
it,
been, man.
it dragged.
Yeah. Yeah, thanks, Jack. Yeah, and I knew going in it was the the subject. What I knew the lyrics were written about. It can mean anything to anybody, but what I knew about that story uh, kind of helped. I read through them, and I had been playing a little bit, and then that guitar part kind of molded to the music, and I put a couple of chord changes in there that just musically playing, it just seemed like that weirdness, and there was a couple of little weird spots in it that uh, it seemed like a good fit. Uh, it's the
There's
whole.
still a couple of little weird spots in it, but but yeah, we ain't quite ordinary, but yeah, so,
Yeah.
that'll work.
Um, yeah. Oh, thank you, Jack.
Mm, hey,
Yeah, and
and that
I
was
go ahead,
go.
Mark.
You, no, it was it didn't happen on this one, I don't think. But one of the things that Justin was teaching me the other day with stacking vocals of like he was getting me to double my vocal track, like do a like was it a high pass or a low pass? I always get them mixed up where I'd like have my main vocal line and then pass it so that I've just only got bass frequencies in a second track.
Yeah.
With a couple of things I've been playing with lately, I've been doing both. So it's like tripling the track. So I'll do like a low pass and a high pass and then start blending that together. And yeah, and you kind of got that kind of sound, I don't think, without doing that anyway. But yeah.
Yeah, I that's kind of EQing your vocal with a volume knob
Mm-hmm.
instead of a whole shift in frequencies and doing all that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, which I mean, you can totally do that. The bass track on this has three different tracks with respect to the production of it. There's a trebly bass frequency, a mid frequency, and a low frequency, and I blended them just with the volume knob and an EQ. Uh,
Well, that was the interesting
Basically, I had
thing.
a three-band EQ on the bass, and just there it is.
Well,
It's
that was the
fun.
interesting thing when you said like you sucking bass out of vocals is not really what you normally need to do. And
Yeah,
I was eating that condenser microphone when I did that. So yeah,
yeah,
you got like lots and lots of bass in my vocals, and it was totally raw.
yeah. And the track that I got, that's one of your vocal. That's one vocal track from Mark. And to my knowledge, it's a one take.
Mm-hmm.
And he didn't double sing the
I
song,
didn't do anything to it.
not at all. So if you listen to it, you're gonna hear that it's one of Mark singing that song basically start to finish. I did ask him to punch in one part because the timing, and that's
Mhm.
the only variant from being a one take. I don't know how many times he sang through it to get that, but that's one track. Boom. It's
Might have been a few, but yeah,
yeah,
no, that's
yeah,
too many. Yeah,
yeah. I
and
didn't use
everyone
any.
was different.
What's that?
I said, and everyone was different because I was kind of freestyling the lyrics a little bit every time I was
Yeah,
looking at it. Yeah.
yeah,
So yeah, this one was
yeah. I had
a little bit different from what we usually do. Mm.
yeah. I had to really pay close attention to the lyrics. There's not a shitload of lyrics in the song, but I had to
Mm.
be really careful, trying to do my backing vocal tracks. And I've got, I don't know, 6 backing vocal tracks that are vocals. I I tripled on both the left and the right side, and then I have whisper tracks that whisper in places, and there's 4 of those panned all over the fucking place. Um,
To be
and
honest, that was the thing that made the track to me was the harmonies because without them, it was okay, but yeah, no, you captured some absolute like classic harmonies
yeah, there.
that just
I call
fit.
them obvious.
Yeah, oh well, yeah, they may be obvious, but no, they that was a bit that
They were
really,
fun to put on that. I did all those vocals today.
mm,
Um, you sent me your final tracks basically last night, or well, today, in fact.
this morning
Uh,
my time. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, we didn't spend a lot of time. I did a bunch of guitar tracks today. Added the electric guitars to it today. Added the piano to it today. Did all those backing vocals. I mean, that's a whole day. I've been up for 12 hours now.
Hmm.
But it was really fun to pull that whole thing, to hear it all in one big um, picture. And uh, like I'm
It
checking
was
out
really
What Jack
cool.
said.
Not but
Jack said live doubles are the best. And earlier, and he said that a while ago. And I've had conversations with people. I mean, all the bands I played and all the live performances, I've had conversations with people. If 2 people are singing the same note in a live performance, that's lame. Okay, that's an opinion.
hmm
Doubling a chorus in a song, uh, I didn't really. I mean, I didn't feel like I had to in this one. Not to mention, to hit your pitch would have. I mean, I didn't feel like doubling it was a. All of my vocals are either doubling themselves or they're harmonizing with you
hmm
every note. Um, and sometimes they went some really weird places, but um, yeah. And I didn't.
but
There's. Go ahead, Mark.
going weird places is what we kind of that's kind of what we
Yeah,
do. Yeah. So yeah.
yeah. Well, and I don't know about you, uh, but with respect to auto tune or any kind of tuning, what I will
No,
admit
no.
to is that I used zero pitch correct on
Yep.
any of the vocals that I sang on this song.
Nothing
Zero.
on that one, man. Hmm.
Yeah.
And I I think if you went through my catalog, there's probably maybe
A
one or
few
two
instances.
tracks that someone else has put that's doing the production on it has pitch corrected me a little, but
Yeah.
but
Hey,
yeah,
Charlie.
but
Yeah.
that's all cool.
And a song like this, where the melody is pretty, I mean, in the reality of music, it's a pretty simple melody to perform.
Mm.
Uh, I mean, while it is original and there's that to be said, there's not a big complexity. It's not like you're pulling a Christina Aguilera or, when you hit a note and
Yes.
hold it, man, hit that fucker. And if you didn't, redo
Mm-hmm.
it.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, that's what I've always said to you, bro. It's like if you need me to do it again, you just tell me. I will
Yeah.
always do it again.
Yeah. That right this evening, like, I don't know, what was it, 2.5 hours ago. I was like, that one phrase is not right, man. You're like, all right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, give me 5 minutes, I'll do it again. Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
I had an email and boom, there it was, dropped it in there, and that part was fixed. I hope you agreed with me. We haven't even talked about that
Oh,
yet.
no, totally, totally. Yeah. No, I think I put it in a message, but you probably didn't read it because you were actually doing the work on the thing. I was going like, "Yep, I hear what you're saying. Yep, no worries. I know where that is. I'll fix it. Yep, easy
Yeah,
done."
that was fun, man. Uh, and it's always cool to be able to do that sort of stuff with somebody so close to doing it live. Uh,
Mm.
you know, you send a suggestion, and 10 minutes, 15 minutes later, you get a mix back or a new performance or something. And, when
That,
you're collab,
that's where we're two sad old men that sit near by ourselves and all the rest of it. But at the same time, it kind of makes it a little easier that we can go. Yeah, okay, give me a sec. Studio's still fired up, sitting there. It's in that
yeah,
room. I need to go. Yeah, I'll just go and hit the record button and do this again. Yep, no worries. So
yeah.
yeah. And hey,
Yes.
Justin.
Hi, Justin. Charlie, welcome, man. Hello, Justin, welcome, man. Right.
Jack can do it
Yeah.
once. Yeah, yeah.
Uh, yeah, the today was a real big step in the I mean, obviously had we each had the day to kind of get to work, and we talked about a
Mhm.
lot of stuff outside of the recording this song and working on that. Uh, and that was fun, and at the same time sometimes kind of like tough a little
Yeah.
bit, but um, just I felt like I had a really great day, and
Like I said,
you
man,
know,
it was just yeah, this shit comes to all of us at some point in time. It's it's tough to deal with, you know, losing people that mean a lot to you is it's it's hard to deal with. And yeah, I've had waves of freaking emotion
yeah,
over the last 48 hours, just like
yeah,
just reducing me to freaking a blubbering mess. But, you know, like I said, it's stuff we all got to go through. The thing that we've got to do is we've got to talk about it. We've got to reach out to our friends and we've got to talk about it. And that is part of what this whole song is all about. Is don't bottle it up. Don't just feel like you're all alone in the dark. Been there, done that, and it just does nothing. You have to tell the people that you love, that love you, what's going through here, and just let it out. You know, it's like I said, in the lyrics, let it out, let it in. It's help me find a reason. It's not trite, crappy lyrics. It's from in here, and yeah, it's we all get too caught up of I got to be the strong one. I got to be yeah the guy, and we can't always do that. It's not a weakness to express your emotions and show that sometimes you know you're not as strong as you think you are. The it's when you understand what real friendship is about and the the stuff that I've seen over the last 48 hours from my friends and family is just amazing, and I'm very grateful that I know all you people. So thank you.
Yeah, it sounds like you've had a lot of folks reach out, and I mean obviously you have, and and their help. You know, I think especially given what you've had to endure for the last 3 years of life, uh, everything like I mean from the it's really cool to see that that's all coming together, and that I don't know what your travel plans are, and it's nobody's business, but you're gonna get to go see your mom.
Mm. And it's yeah, it'll be towards the end of the week that I'll have to get my ass on a plane. But but yeah, it kind of all this stuff going down kind of renewed my faith in humans and and karma, you know, of like
Yeah,
just be a good person and people will help out where they can. It's just like yeah, I mean, God knows I have, and and
yeah,
in my hour of need, people have done the same. So yeah, kind of blown away a bit. Yeah, but
yeah,
because
yeah,
I never expect anything from it.
yeah,
So yeah.
yeah. That's so cool. Well, and
Mm,
uh, I, it's interesting that what has happened in the last 48 hours, and I mean, I decided to pull. I mean, it was my uh, I don't know what do I want to call it. I needed to write something, so I wrote something and I sang your lyrics and I put it on there, and you and I started working on it, and you heard my vocal melody, and then you made it your own and sang it the way you put yourself into it, and then right in the middle of that, given the I mean, it's
yeah. that was that was the hard bit. It was like,
Dude,
oh my god,
yeah, I was
because
going.
it was like a day into it, and then I get a
Oh,
text message from my mum going, "He's gone, love." And I went,
fuck.
ah, okay. um, yeah. How do I respond to that? You know? And then I did what my dad would have told me to do. Just get on with it.
Get on with it.
You can't change it.
Well, I I would say that um, as I'm here's what I know, and that is that Mark is patient and Mark is kind, and um, that's all I've known of you as a friend. And just to be able to write what we're at original song what for now that you and I have written together, and it's not a whole lot. But we've covered a bunch of songs together and played with some other really remarkable people. Um, Jack, we've recorded with Jack.
Mm-hmm.
We've recorded with Justin. He was here tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
With
Bobby,
Bobby.
Hugh, yeah,
Bobby.
uh, Tim. All these
Mm-hmm.
amazing people. You've recorded with far more than I ever have.
Yeah.
So,
Just a couple, but yeah.
Benji,
Mm-hmm.
Lori, Ron.
Laws. Yeah.
Yeah, it's so cool.
Well, if you count the Mod Squad one, you recorded through with a bunch of
Okay,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
that's a tie.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
Squared.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, I had a really great time producing this song with you, uh, and even all that we encountered during the recording process and the time that we spent, you know,
Mm-hmm.
talking about shit. Uh, it just
Yeah, we both cried in each other's beers, man. So it's and that's okay. I'm not ashamed or embarrassed by that at all. And that's something that us guys have got to get over. Is that
yeah,
we don't have to be the tough guy all the time. Shit hurts
yeah.
sometimes, and if you don't let it out, you just bottling up in a little knot inside your stomach that is gonna fucking explode someday, and just you know, yeah,
Mm.
you got to talk to the people around you. Just yeah, be honest with yourself and with the folks around you. Let them know what's going on, because no one can help you unless you tell them what's going on. It's yeah. I mean, we've been there, bro. You know that.
Yeah, yeah. It'd be interesting
I've
to,
got a couple of messages at times that go like,
yeah.
"No, no, that's not right."
No.
Okay, I'll be a little bit patient and go like, "Dude, okay,
Or I need
you
to
didn't
call
mean
Mark.
that." Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah. Well, I want to thank you again for working on that song with me and writing the lyrics and all that, and for just being my buddy, man. and being a, a musician with me. It's been really a fun uh, journey over the past few years.
Dude, you've been my mentor with most of this stuff. If it wasn't for you, the
Uh,
the first track wouldn't have even come about. And then now what is it? What am I getting to? Fuck, I don't know, 150, 160 tracks later after
uh,
after 3 years. But always going like, have a listen to this. Tell me what I need to do, brother. Yeah, where am I going? What am I doing? Yeah,
yeah,
and yeah, you, Justin, Jack, Tim, Hugh, always
Stiff,
like, oh, Nat is just yeah, always. It's just Gary and Hat. Yeah,
yeah,
there's Charlie. Charlie, even that. It's like yeah, I I consider you all you're part of the family now. Yeah, so and for different things, I will ping different people and go like, what what's going on with this? What do you think? Uh, where should this go, or whatever? But no, it's just keeps me going that I know that I have people that care, and they're not just Facebook friends or whatever, or that like a comment or something like that. They're people that will engage with you and talk to you about different things. So
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. It's,
And Bear, if you ever hook up with us on Facebook or something like that, you're in that group too, man. Yeah. Because you're always floating around with stuff we're doing. Yeah.
yeah. Well, we have a couple, at least one other song that's like pretty much done. Uh, that nobody's.
And Jack, amen. That is
Yeah.
just pulled a lyric.
What's that?
Jack just pulled a lyric out of something, but it's still not released. But yeah.
Yeah, have I have some new stuff that we've done and on my playlist that I've been listening to because I don't listen to personally. I don't listen to a lot of other music, a big pop stuff. And when I say
Mm.
pop, I mean death metal to Tori Amos. So it's been fun to listen to some songs that you and I recorded uh, close to a year ago that has. No, I know nobody else has heard it, and if they have, it's long forgotten. So,
Well,
uh,
that's what made me laugh tonight. It's like, you know, we complete this thing, and I go like, yeah, we're going to keep them guessing. It's like, yeah, what's the yeah? We go from friggin' like Coldplay covers to friggin' metal to whatever. It's like,
yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
get all serious, right?
hmm hmm
Yeah,
But no, that's what. Yeah, I have a very eclectic taste in music, you might say, in that
yeah,
I will listen to everything. I don't care whether it's from classical through to pop music, yeah,
yeah,
and all spaces in between.
yeah. And
Uh,
you know, you having said that, it just occurred to me that there's a song that you asked just a few weeks ago.
oh yeah,
You were
and I
wanting to
still
do a
got
cover,
yeah, I've still got that sitting on my bench at the moment. Yeah.
right?
because it's a
So
Joe Cocker track,
what's
and
that?
then it's a Joe Cocker track that you sent me the backing for.
Yeah.
That I then went like, "Hey, this sounds like Living Color."
Is that what it was?
So I put Living Color lyrics over the top of it and went like, "Yeah, that works." But I haven't
Nice.
like fine tuned it at the moment. It's
Okay. Yeah, I listened to that. I wasn't sure if those were your own lyrics
yeah,
or
you went like, "Oh, so is this an original now?"
your
So,
original song.
no,
Or...
no, because it used somebody else's somebody else's chord
I,
progressions, and then it stuck.
well,
It's
there.
love rears up its ugly head is the name of the track, but it was going to be Joe Cocker's
uh, when the night comes.
When the Night Comes. Yeah, yeah, and it can be both. yeah,
Right?
yeah, yeah. That
Yeah,
could
you
be an
can't
interesting mashup. Yeah,
well, and you can't copyright a chord progression, so
hmm
there you go. Although that's kind of, I
I
don't know,
wonder
lost.
if anyone's done a karaoke style mashup. So, yeah. I can
Well,
sing the lyrics from both tracks at the
there you
same
go.
time. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't realize that. Uh, which bass line, Justin?
Mhm.
I'm curious.
It might have been
Just
from the um, when the night.
answers. I named the song. I hope it's okay. Oh, when the night comes, dude.
Mhm.
Yeah, Jesus
Mhm.
Christ. Yeah, it's a handful.
Mhm.
And, the, and
Yeah, it is
you had
precise. Yeah.
you had asked you had asked to kind of rethink the like make it something like kind of different.
Yeah, I
You
went like, let's just do it acoustic or something. But, yeah, you went Marshall style and went like, no, this is full production. Yeah.
yeah, I can't remember. I mean, I'd have to. Oh no, I could figure it out. But yeah, that was kind of an interesting uh, uh, the way I chorded that thing out to use those types of chords, dominant sevens and stuff. And it definitely had a kind of a jazz. I feel like it had a kind of a has kind of a jazz feel
It's
to it. But
jazz blues. It's got that like it lays
yeah,
back a bit, but it's yeah, yeah. And that's what I
well,
love with Reaper was like when I looked at it because you sent me a track and it was like, you know, I don't know, it was like half of the length
yeah, and it wasn't even the
that I
arrangement.
really needed. But I dropped it in Reaper and grabbed the end of it and just dragged it, and it just like keeps on doubling it. Yep, yeah. I'm going like,
I
oh,
have.
cool, yeah, yeah, yeah. I can make this as long as I fucking want. Yeah.
um, yeah, that that song, the original version of it was done definitely done to a click track because it was spot on. In fact, in the live version, once the band kicks in, I think the first part of it, uh, like somebody tapped the tempo, the drummer or somebody just kept the tap going, and that was what. And at that point, it seemed like the song just went
I reckon it's
like
been
Justin
remastered.
said,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's probably
robot.
yeah, it's probably been remastered So
18 times, sped up and
yeah,
slowed down.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, uh, Trimmer, I don't know if you're talking about the drums on the song that Mark and I just did, but that's Easy Drummer 3, and I definitely went in and
And I could tell you did those live yourself. They
yeah.
weren't programmed. You used your MIDI pad for them, didn't you?
I used some loops and went in and cut kick drums out and made the hits like a drummer would hit a drum. Um,
Okay.
yeah, I had to do that.
Use the humanize button on it.
No, on this one, I went in and drew I listened and made the velocities of hits.
Okay.
I played drums. Uh, I don't have a drum kit, but I played a lot of drums in my life, and I played with some fucking fantastic drums, and so I know how certain parts and songs are supposed to be hit, and I think I put myself in the place of a drummer. I can't sit and play like them, but
No,
we're
because
talking about impacts and
I definitely noticed there was a couple of spots in it where it's definitely not like you listen to it and go like, that's not just a programmed loop.
no, they're not. If I use loops, I use many different loops in one song, and I don't use the same drum fill, and it is certainly not 127 for every fucking hit on every fucking drum all the way through a song. If and there are drummers out there that certainly could have performed and recorded that song and made it sound better or different, probably better than MIDI drums. But that's what I have at my disposal right now to use to
No,
be able
no.
to.
The thing that I liked about it was the fact that it didn't sound like it was just like out of the box.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
not.
Yeah.
The drums on it are tuned. Um, uh, they're tuned to fit the song, and I use my ear for that by changing the pitch of the snare drum as if you were tightening it. You can't just do that with the snare. You got to tighten up a couple of lugs and hit it, and then record with it and listen, or play along with the song. In this light, I'm able to tune the kick drum, tune the snare, listen to the toms, and
So I
do
got to get
all.
off my lazy ass at some point in time, and so I got a fucking Oasis Pro kit sitting in the corner of my
Right,
studio. And yes,
the Strike Pro.
I can tune my drums. I can do it electronically, or I can actually tighten the heads on my drums. So they got the mesh head type things, and so,
Yeah. My buddy Chris has the same, probably the same or similar drum kit uh, to you. I would love to be able to do that here, but this is an old building, and if I was sitting here kicking, uh,
yeah, with the Oasis kit, mate, they wouldn't even notice it.
well, I've had, and here's my point. I've had a Ricky guy, and I have another song that I'm producing with a guy Ricky that's come over to record, and he brought his digital kit over. This isn't a drum machine; it's an actual kit, and just his hitting the pedals are enough to make this.
Okay.
So, yeah, my neighbors wouldn't appreciate
I
it.
thought aren't you on the bottom floor?
Yeah, well, there's a basement underneath.
Okay. So
It's not
maybe
like it's a
that's
concrete slab.
yeah. Okay, I don't have
Yeah.
anybody living below you, or no holes under.
Yeah,
So
this house was built 110 years, or this
mm,
apartment building was built 110 years
yeah,
ago.
you can't build basements under our
No.
places here because we're too close to sea level, bro. They'd be
Yeah.
underwater. Yeah. So,
Yeah. But I mean, I certainly could. I could record the. Um, let me
I'm laughing at Justin's comment.
yeah. He, um, yeah. I treat when I'm doing drums for a song, with software, I I look at it like a drummer. I've played a lot of drums and I've played with really good ones, and I know I've listened to great drummers. Anybody can do that, but I've also played drums a lot. So, I suppose I have that going for me. There's my excuse.
Mm, well, my little brother is one of the top 10 percussionists on the planet, so I don't have that excuse either. So, yeah, yeah. Because I used to get woken up on a Saturday morning at like 8 a.m. with my brother banging on fucking timpani, all the rest of it outside my bedroom window. It's like, uh,
Well, when I
looking forward to catching up with them all real soon.
was when I was a kid, I I had this amplifier and it had like an output jack on the back of it,
Mm-hmm.
right? So I plugged a set of headphones into that output jack, and I thought, well, if I just put these headphones on, I can get all, as a shitty little guitar amp. I was sitting in my bedroom right next to my sister's bedroom, and it was early in the morning, probably on a Saturday. And I plugged my guitar into that little thing, turned it on, turned it up, and I started playing it, and I had these headphones on. And I'm bashing shit out. My sister comes in. I didn't realize that the output jack didn't turn the speaker off, so I was like stupid loud.
Well, my introduction to valve amps was like, remember the 3-in-1 home entertainment system that was the turntable with a radio under it and then a big black and white TV on the side of it. It
Oh
was
yeah.
like 1960s vintage, and that the amplifier that was built into that thing was a valve amp, and it had a little 3.5 millimeter, the little mic jack into it, which I never understood why they had a mic jack into that thing anyway, because it was like, what? But it was HMV, so his master's voice. The the old logo was a dog looking down a barrel of a friggin' like
Yep. RCA or
yeah,
Victor or
yeah,
whatever.
yeah, yeah. So I had that, and I had my G45. I've still got it sitting in there. Yamaha nylon string acoustic that that I had a clip on friggin' pickup for. Stuck that into that, and turned it up, and went like, "Wow, that's what distortion sounds like." Yeah. And then not long after, I had another guitar that I wish I'd never got rid of because it was a friggin' lawsuit era Japanese Anson Stratocaster that that my mum picked up for me for like $50 or something at an auction. That is now worth stupid money.
Yeah.
But a white Stratocaster as well. So it was like, yeah. Not really into white guitars and not really into black guitars either. But
I
But yeah,
believe.
that all of a sudden made me appreciate valve distortion. And then when I went to college and studied sound engineering, that when they started talking about the difference between um, square wave and sawtooth like distortion, so second harmonic and third harmonic distortion. So second harmonic was like smoothed out. It was like all the squares come up and gets crushed and crunched. And then third harmonic was like sawtooths. And it was, you know, explained very clearly and demonstrated very clearly with from our instructor at the time was that, yeah, solid state distortion is not something you want to hear at that point in time. And then Swedish death metal came along, and
Dimebag Daryl showed up, right?
yeah. And then all of a sudden we got these things, you know.
Yeah,
So,
metal zone.
but use that
Oh,
right, put it in the right loop, and yeah,
it works.
you won't carve people's eardrums out. Yeah, but yeah, there's a lot more to engineering than people realize. Yeah, it's not just
Yeah,
sliding up volume knobs and making it at the right level.
yeah. You just gotta have a good gait, like Jack said.
If you're playing drums, yeah.
Right. Oh, yeah.
That was where that came from. Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
We've had that argument. So, yeah.
Well, dude, I think we should probably hang up here, and yeah, I know you guys had some stuff you were doing. I just thought it'd be fun to get together and talk about the song.
No, that's really cool, man. And yeah, and to everybody that's reached out recently, and I thank you. It's,
Yeah, and I want to say thanks to anyone and everyone who's helped my buddy Mark, my friend, uh, and uh, it. I'm gonna go ahead and end this
that's okay,
stream.
brother. Love you, man. And all you guys, love you all. And you'll all take care, okay?
Thanks for hanging with us.
Cheers, man.
Peace.